It was a chilly Thanksgiving evening, and John was on his way back from his family dinner. He wasn't too thrilled about the winter season that was coming, and the dry turkey had only added to his gloomy mood. As he drove along a quiet road, his trusty car suddenly sputtered and quit on him. Baffled, he tried to figure out what was wrong with it. The sun was setting, and darkness was creeping in. Car after car passed him by without a second glance, leaving him feeling more and more helpless. Just when his hope was fading, a regular-looking car pulled over beside him. A stranger stepped out, offering a friendly smile and a simple question, "Need a ride?" John was unsure but growing desperate, so he accepted the offer. The stranger's car took off surprisingly fast, leaving him bewildered. The guy wouldn't tell John his name, just calling himself Mr. Smith as they drove further into the night. John couldn't shake the eerie feeling in the car. The radio was silent, and the windows were so darkly tinted that he couldn't see outside. Smith's conversation got weirder, filled with cryptic remarks that made no sense, growing more and more uncomfortable. John finally asked, "Where are we going?" Mr. Smith just grinned and said, "Somewhere you've never been before." Tension mounted in the car, and John realized he was in a situation he had no control over. Fear was gnawing at him, and he just wanted to escape from this strange man. They ended up at a spooky, abandoned mansion deep in the woods. John's heart raced as he saw weird symbols and an unsettling vibe around the place. This night had become a real-life nightmare. Mr. Smith parked the car, turned to John, and whispered, "Welcome to your new home." Before John could react, Mr. Smith's smile turned into something wicked. Panic gripped John as he understood he had fallen into a trap. The story wraps up with John trapped inside the creepy mansion, tormented by a man whose intentions remained a terrifying mystery. The icy grasp of winter had taken a back seat to the chilling ordeal he found himself in. 2 weeks had passed since that fateful Thanksgiving night, when my world had turned into a living nightmare. The cold, dark memories of that evening still haunted me like a relentless ghost. I'd thought I would never make it out of that forsaken mansion alive, but somehow, I had. And now, with winter bearing down on us, I couldn't help but look over my shoulder every time I heard an unusual sound. The ordeal had left me scarred, both mentally and physically. I had managed to escape Mr. Smith's clutches, but the encounter had cost me dearly. Nightmares kept me awake, my mind constantly replaying the sinister smile he had worn. When he'd whispered those chilling words, life had taken a turn for the surreal. I'd become obsessed with uncovering the truth behind the enigmatic Mr. Smith. I couldn't forget his dark and empty eyes, the secrets he held, and the symbols that marked that wretched mansion. It was like I was drawn to the darkness, unable to escape its pull. My days were filled with an unsettling sense of unease, and I had taken it upon myself to investigate. I combed through news articles and online forums, hoping to find any mention of Mr. Smith or the haunted mansion. I reached out to anyone who might have a clue about what happened that night, but answers remained elusive. The more I searched, the deeper I delved into the unknown, and the more I realized that there was a web of mysteries surrounding that mansion and its sinister owner. The winter season had arrived with its biting cold, but my heart was still colder. I couldn't shake the feeling that Mr. Smith's ominous presence still lurked nearby, hidden in the shadows, waiting to strike again. I couldn't rest until I discovered the truth and brought an end to this nightmarish chapter of my life. In the heart of a cruel winter, I watched John from the shadows, my obsession with him growing stronger with each passing day. He thought he had escaped, that he had left me behind in that forsaken mansion. But little did he know that our twisted fate was inextricably linked. I reveled in the fear and torment that now consumed his life. As I peered into John's world, I couldn't help but chuckle at the desperate attempts to uncover the secrets of our encounter. He was a mere pawn in my sinister game, a game that I had orchestrated with meticulous precision. The mansion, with its eerie symbols and dark past, was my sanctuary, a place where I could carry out my sinister deeds in peace. I reveled in the suffering of those unfortunate souls who stumbled upon it, and John was just the latest addition to my collection. I had no intention of revealing my true identity or motives to him. My pleasure came from watching him unravel, from witnessing the paranoia and desperation that had taken hold of his once ordinary life. But I was not content with mere psychological torment. As winter's cold embrace grew tighter, I began to encroach further into his existence, leaving disturbing clues, cryptic messages, and unsettling encounters. His world had become a surreal nightmare, and there was no escape. As the snow blanketed the world in its icy grip, John's sanity continued to erode, and I reveled in the darkness that enveloped him. I was the puppeteer, and he danced to my malevolent tune. In the end, John's descent into madness was complete. The winter had swallowed him whole, just as I had intended. I watched from the shadows, my sinister grin hidden by the darkness, relishing in the knowledge that he was forever trapped in the twisted web I had spun. My reign of terror was far from over, for I was the true master of this chilling tale, and there was no escape from my sinister grasp.